This podcast is part of the Loosely Connected Network. Visit www.thelooselyconnected.com for more great podcast networks, Twitch streams, YouTube channels, and more.
Loot crate. You know what? It always sucks because I always say Loot Crate and I want to talk about Loot Crate, but I always forget to look up what this month's theme is.
You got a Rick and Morty t-shirt.
Oh yeah, it is Rick and Morty. Yeah, still Rick and as of last week, it was Rick and Morty. I guess it's still Rick and.
Yep,
still
it was the new month.
Yep, same month. Yeah. So Loot Crate. It is an awesome monthly geek and gear box delivered to your door. That's literally the headline of the website, lootcrate.com.
I thought you came up with that. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Nope.
But you use someone else. Okay, that's not bad.
No, it's funny because I was reading it, because you know how like it shortens your, on the top you have multiple tabs. It shortens the thing so you can't see it. So I hover over it. I was going to read the entire thing. It says, awesome monthly geek and gear delivered to your door. This tab is being muted.
Yes. If you want Loot Crate, guys, your tabs will get muted.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you guys want to have your own Loot Crate subscription and get a discount on it, you guys can use NTFTTPod as your promo code. And you'll get an awesome box of loot.
In a crate.
Yes. Not a box, it's a crate. Cardboard crate.
That may resemble a box.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, on with the show.
I love Power Glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love Power Glove.
No time for time travel.
All right, so welcome to the No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are podcasts for nerds by nerds. My name is Tony, and joining me this week is Kwok from Canada for now.
Hello.
For now. Wait, when are you leaving again?
March.
March. Oh, that's coming.
Yeah, not soon enough.
Natsume? Wait, so are you coming back for New Year? Chinese New Year?
Chinese New Year? No.
Oh.
That's when I'm packed. I should be packed up and ready to go.
I see. Yeah, because last week Lamb said he's going to be back for Chinese New Year.
Yeah, no, we just take turns.
I know.
Different holidays.
I was like, what the heck? You guys are taking turns.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. So we are a podcast where you, the listener, chooses a topic for us to discuss as the topic of the episode. And this week, our discussion, or our topic, comes from... Gotta find which tab has this. Comes from Judge Greg, host of the Real Hero Talk podcast and managing editor for the Enthusiasts Network. So he says... he's also the co-host of the Gamers Without Borders podcast. He says, let's talk about the games you wish would get HD remake. So that's a pretty good topic.
Okay.
Yeah, but and then also we actually have a kind of longer mailbag question, because I put out the question today saying like, do you guys have any questions you want us to discuss tonight? And then we got like 5 different answers. So wow, cool. That's a lot of questions. But yeah, so we'll move just right along. So how have you been doing?
Good, man. Good. I just came back from a surprise birthday thingy for my friend over the weekend. So it's on Vancouver Island. So essentially we had to take a ferry over there and then drive over there. It was weird driving again. At least in Vancouver. I hate it so much.
You're talking to someone who lives in OC next to LA.
I know. I'm reminded how much I don't like driving because there's traffic and there's pedestrian in the way. I like being the pedestrian being in the way.
Wait, so over there, like, how long does it take for you to, like how many miles is that from going to Vancouver Island, I guess?
Driving wise, to get to the ferry from where I am, or like at least from downtown, it will take about 30 minutes, which is not too bad. But going on the ferry, it takes about maybe almost 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Wait, the ferry takes 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and then over on the Vancouver Island, it's more like, I guess it's like Big Bear, or it's more like a city. It's more like California in a way where you have to drive around, and there's not a lot of things nearby like Vancouver. So to get around, you have to drive like an hour or so to one spot. But they're more or less when there's something, there's a bunch of things clumped up together. So it's a very small town slash island where people kind of know people.
Where's that? There's an island like that near Seattle, right?
Yes, that's. I think that's similar. I think it's like Victoria Island or something.
Yeah, because I think I remember like a few years ago when I came up to visit with Hug and Steve. We did something like that. We went on a ferry, and then it took a little while to get to that island.
Well, you guys took a ferry to Vancouver, though, right? Not Vancouver Island.
I don't remember. I just know it was stressful getting back onto the ferry because we were like in line and then we were like, oh crap, are we going to miss our flight? Because it didn't.
Oh.
Because, yeah, we weren't sure if like we made the cutoff to get back on the ferry because it was so trafficy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They recommend you coming about 30 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
Just because like if you don't have reservation, or even if you have reservation, you have to come 30 minutes ahead so you get a spot on the ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like waiting in line at Disneyland just to get a spot into it, and then you just have to wait until the ride's over, and people get there and they stay there. They just turn off the car, park and mark their spot, and then when it's almost time to go, they jump back in the car and they drive onto the boat or ferry.
Yeah. The whole time I just wanted to sing that song, I'm on a boat.
But not yet. You have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was interesting though. It was. I'm reminded of why I don't like driving in Vancouver, and that's about it. But it's just me. I'm sure, like, I think it's just because like I haven't driven for so long, or at least in a congested area for so long.
Yeah.
That my tolerance kind of went down.
Well, I mean, I really relate to that because my drive to work used to be a 3-hour one-way commute.
Yeah.
Now it's like this morning it took me 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Now if it takes longer than 15 minutes, I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's like before, you're like, it's okay. You can come on, and then people cut you off. It's like, it's fine, you can go. But now it's like, I want to go home. Please get out of my way.
Yeah.
No, you cannot cut me.
Yeah, I think the whole thing about getting used to it and getting spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, you like walking around, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice change of pace because, like, it saves me money on gas and everything's so close together anyways. I'd rather spend, like, 10-minute or 15-minute walking to a spot that's pretty close or, like, more or less easy to get to rather than driving around and searching for parking and then dealing with all that dodging traffic and whatnot. I was like, I'm less stressed this way.
I thought you were going to say dodging bullets. I'm like, what?
Oh, no. I was going to say dodging bullets of cars, but then I stopped myself because I realized this is the real world.
And then earlier when you said change of pace, I'm like, yeah, literally for you it is changing your pace because you're driving now to walking. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I mean, it was cool over there. It's super quiet. It's kind of like, imagine when you go to Big Bear, you know how it is up there?
Yeah.
It's similar in that environment where there's like trees everywhere and you drive around and there's like windy roads. And when we were up there, it was super misty, or foggy.
So you mean it's kind of like the hike that we went to when we visited you guys, or visited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Except that was like a rainstorm.
Oh yeah.
Man, I remember you were like, trust me, no, it's not gonna rain.
Won't be too bad. Come on, guys. So for listeners who haven't heard, it's just Tony and two of our other friends. They visited me in Vancouver about 3 years ago. Yeah. And when they came up here down the way to Seattle, they were like, it was the weather was nice, right? Like there was no rain or anything at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then they asked me how the weather was before flying over and everything, and I told them, it's not raining at all. It should be okay. And then if anything, it's like light drizzle. And they asked like, okay, cool. And then we were planning to go on a hike up in the mountains, like near Whistler. And I told him, like, yeah, I've been in a hike in the rain before, and it was just drizzling.
Yeah, but
and it wasn't really any hard rain.
But remember, I looked at the weather forecast too, and it said rainstorm. And you still said, oh no, that's not accurate. It's not gonna rainstorm. It's just.
Yeah, I was like, it's okay, it's fine. Because like over here in Vancouver, it's so stupid. Like there are times when I walk out and my app it says sunny, but clearly outside it's raining. Or sometimes, or vice versa. I'm like, are you kidding me? Or like, it's raining. And it's like the hard rain, and I look outside, it's sunny and hot. I'm like, you lie to me.
Maybe you need to check your location app.
I mean, it's in Vancouver. There's nothing else. But yeah, no, it's just more like, so when they went up there, I was just expecting like light drizzle, at most just like sprinkling rain. And at first it was kind of like sprinkling. And then as we walked more, the rain got a little bit harder and then harder. And
then we started like falling to the side a little bit because the wind was so strong.
Yeah. I think like I gave everybody like my rain jacket for the most part. I think Tony, you got like the medium one.
Yeah.
And Steve got like the heavy duty one. And then Hung and I, we got like the windbreaker.
Yeah.
So we were, by the time we finished our hike and then got back to like the was it not the lobby? It was like
we had the lift.
Got back to like, the lift area.
Yeah, it was a sky gondola.
Yeah, and we got there. It was like we were like soaking wet, and everybody was just like hiding inside.
Yeah, and then as we were taking the sky gondola back down, it was windy like hell, and it was like swinging left and right. Remember that? And then I was like, yeah, I was like freaking out. And I'm like, we're gonna die. And then Hung was like, oh, well, I mean, just think about it. If we're going to die, we'll just die. At least we'll all die together. Like, I was like, what the heck? I don't want to die. And then when we got down and we got off, they shut down the sky gondola because they said it was too dangerous.
Yeah, so we made the cut, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Good time. See, Tony? That wasn't so bad. You survived, and now we have a story to tell.
Yeah, we do have a story. I'll never forget that. I want to, but
and they will never trust me with my weather judgment again.
Yeah. Then when we visit you, when you move over in Europe, you're gonna say the same thing.
It's fine. There's no snow. It's just and a blizzard.
Blizzard, and we wear a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of my friends. We were driving through the foggy area, or like driving through, and the visibility was like maybe about 15 feet or 15, 20 feet ahead of us. And it was kind of spooky. Not gonna lie, it was. My friend was saying like, this is like something from Silent Hill.
Yeah,
because you see like woods, and then my friend even pointed out. Oh, on the left side around here, there's like a section where there's like spooky trees, like you see, like, and then there's like a couple more blocks down. There's like a spooky house where it looks really run down and broken into and whatnot. Something you would find like a scary house.
It's like Silent Hill mixed with like Slender Man.
Yeah. See, so we're like, oh yeah. There's the spooky trees, and there's the spooky house that we can't really see anymore because of the fog.
It reminds me of that house, near where you used to live, like where.
On Westminster and Euclid.
Was it you? Yeah. It's not Westminster. I think it was Hazard.
Hazard. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that rundown house. Oh yeah, haha. There was a Hazard on Hazard Street. Man, why is a street named Hazard? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I know.
Huh. Why would
Hazardous Street.
Yeah. But we say it so naturally and normally all the time.
I know. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, there's that, rundown house on Hazard. Like, what is that? But yeah, it just reminded me of that, the spooky house and the stories behind that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about the spooky the house where in California is they renovated so much that it looks normal, but this one looks run down and beaten up and like a random rundown house in the middle of the woods. So it's super. It's like environmental, or the environment of it is like, oh man, that's just creepy.
That'd be really like funny, I guess creepy too, if you go in it and it's like a decked out mansion inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Cool.
At least you survived.
Yeah, I survived somehow.
You survived longer than I was going to name a character in the movie, but I can't remember one right now.
I survived.
Yes.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you this past weekend was open beta for Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. Did you play it?
I tried. All right, so it was open beta Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I didn't get a chance to on Friday and Saturday. So I downloaded it yesterday for the open beta on Sunday, and I tried to connect. And it kept kicking me out. So I was like on the title screen, and then connect, create character, connect, like your user profile, connect. And then once it connected and it said unable to create profile, lost connection. And I thought it was my PlayStation 4, so I updated it. And then I thought it was like the network, so I disabled, re-enable, kept doing it for like a good half hour. So I was just stuck on the freaking like title screen. I got so annoyed with the title screen music. And so like after a while, I'm like, maybe this is just an issue because this is a stress test for the, for the company, right? So they're trying to stress their servers. And I looked online. I went to GameFAQs and I looked at the forums, and then everybody was freaking out. The exact same messages I was getting.
Oh.
Yeah. So the anywhere outside the US was fine. It was the US servers that got like screwed up. Like, and then Bandai already announced. I think it was Bandai or maybe like Arc Systems. They announced that they are aware of it and they would be working on it, but it wouldn't be finished in time for the beta to play. So they'll leave the servers up, and if people can connect, then they will connect. But not everyone can connect, right? So, so knowing that, I was like, okay, screw it. And I even told like my girlfriend, like, okay, I'm gonna try one more time, and then if not, I'm gonna just forget about it and then wait till the game comes out. And then on my last try, I got connected.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what sucked though is once I got connected, then you get into this kind of like an old area where you move around. It's like a menu, but like you move around to the items.
Okay.
And, matchmake, and then you put your character into the queue for matchmaking. And it took like another good like 20 minutes for them to queue me up with someone else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but it took that long. So in the meantime, I went to like tutorial and played a little bit of that, and I finally got into the match, and I played, maybe like 6 rounds total, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I could wait for the game now. But yeah, like, I mean, first impressions of the game, like the actual gameplay. Mm-hmm. Have you ever played Guilty Gear before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It felt like that. So it's so hard to explain. So Guilty Gear, when you're moving around your characters, sometimes it feels like it's slow, right? Like, and then like when you hit them, there's a longer pause of like when they get hit, and then like there's that pause where you could continue the combo. It feels very much like a Guilty Gear game, which is a good thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the same company that made it.
Yeah. But the thing that was kind of weird was that the characters move a lot faster sometimes. When they move fast, they move really fast. But when they move normal speed, it's really slow. And the moves are a little, I guess, they're a little easy to chain together. Like it almost felt like my character was like, like when you drive a car, right? You know how like the handling is usually good when you feel like the car is heavier and hugs the ground? Something like that.
Wait. One more time?
Like, like a sports car or something like that. Like it feels like the handling is better if it feels like heavier and like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like just good control, right? And then you have those cars where like they're so light that when you drive, you're afraid the car might flip over or float, right? Mm-hmm. So the pace of the fighting game felt more like a light car that's about to flip over. Like the characters are flowing so like quickly and floaty. Yeah, it was weird. It just felt like anything could just go wrong. I don't know how to explain it.
Like go wrong as in like a glitch or what do you mean by go wrong?
Like you don't have as strong of a control over what happens on screen, maybe? Like, okay, so you know how Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was?
Okay, yeah.
And you know how different that felt from Marvel vs. Capcom 1?
Yeah.
So it felt more like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where there's more like insanity on screen.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
do you enjoy that more or do you not like that as much?
I like it if I play more of it and I get used to it. But in the first impression, it's going to be hard for someone to pick it up and then like be good at it. They can pick it up and have fun because the controls are pretty easy. But, you know, it's more like it lends itself very well to button mashers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because like if you do an Hadouken move with like, I don't know, like the X button or the triangle button, if you just do that move, you basically already do like a full Kamehameha. Like what the heck? Oh. And if you do like a half circle fireball, then you do like a Kamehameha times 10. And then if you do the forward, down, back, like half circle, then you do your ultimate move. Like for example, Goku, if you do the forward, down, back punch or something like that, then he turns Super Saiyan 3 and then kicks their ass like crazy. So
okay. So it's a bit easier to get what you needed to the moves.
Yeah. So yeah, because you know how when you watch Dragon Ball, right? And it's like you watch it, they charge up a lot, and then when they fight, it's only like one episode of fighting, and then there's like a lot of breaks in between. This game is that short moment of that intense fighting, but expanded to an entire game.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, it is absolute insanity. Like, things are exploding. Like, the world is like, there's craters in the world, and people get knocked through, like, different everything, and yeah, it is really intense. I think at this point, I feel like I enjoy watching it more than I play it.
Oh, okay. Is it because it's too stressful for you, or to play?
Yeah, and I think the whole stressfulness also comes with like not being too familiar with it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
because I think the moment when you said like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and the insanity of it is like, yeah, it's super fast paced.
Yeah. Oh, it's more fast paced than Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, because I remember like playing it, and for me, I think I didn't enjoy it as much. I mean, it was cool, but it's just like there's so many things going on. It's just like that, and it was just like it's so stupid. At a point, like there's no, like, I guess I see what you're saying. Why like there's no control over it as much.
Yeah.
Versus like Marvel vs. Capcom 1, where things are it's not like super insanity fast, but you have like the time to do what you need to do, and it's not like, oh my god, I missed a split second of everything, and now everything is happening, and I'm dying. But wait, I can do this, and then I reverse everything, and I unleash his infinite combo, and then he does an infinite combo, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's like when I was playing, right, and I looked away at from the screen because like the Ella's dog was like jumping at me, and I looked away for like, I don't know, just like 5 seconds, and I turned back, and 75% of my life bar was gone. I was like, dude, like,
yeah,
that's crazy, man. 5 seconds would do that.
Man, I feel like it's a balancing thing, then. It might be.
Yeah, I mean, you should try it. It's still fun, and it has I think it's still like probably the best feel for a Dragon Ball Z game.
Cool.
Yeah, because all the other ones, I never felt like it was truly Dragon Ball Z because they were all too slow. But this one, yeah, this one's way too fast. But it's reflective of what the series should be. Yeah. No, I think like since it's Dragon Ball, it makes sense that everything is so fast because
based on like the show, what we see from the show or read from the manga, it's like, well, people can't see it with the normal human eye, right?
Oh yeah, there's so many teleports, dude. Like, I'm fighting and then I just get knocked to the side. And actually, I do the teleports on accident too. As I'm like comboing, and it'll just be like knocking them like, I don't know, 20 feet back. And somehow I teleport behind them and then combo them up into the air somehow. And then I teleport even higher and then do a far knockback. And then it goes into a Kamehameha. And I'm like, what did I just do?
But at the same time, we're like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool to see that. But I have no idea what happened.
Yeah. So, did you play the Dragon Ball games on like the Super Nintendo?
Oh yeah, I played all the SNES ones, and I played all the PlayStation and 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was similar? Not like in terms of pace, but it was similar to how it was in like the Super Nintendo series.
So the Super Nintendo series had two like major differences. Like there was like 3 games that did the split screen version.
Right. Hyper Dimension. Let's do that one.
Okay, so Hyper Dimension is more like a Street Fighter type.
Right.
Hyper Dimension compared to like the Super Butoden ones, I would say that's a big change of like how the game plays. Similar to how this game is a big change from the previous PlayStation 3 games.
Right. Did you? So for me, like I really enjoyed the Hyper Dimension overall versus anything else.
Yeah.
I tried like just like maybe for 30 minutes, like the PlayStation versions where everything is like in 3D and you just you have a little bit more open space to fight, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, it was a little bit weird. So I don't know, like maybe I just need time to enjoy it, but it was like I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the Hyper Dimension series.
You would probably enjoy this more because the 3D ones, they had too much open space, and the Fighter Z, it's closed back to the kind of like the side scrolling,
right, the
like
old
the
Super
2D
Nintendo
fighter
version, right?
Yeah, but like just super fast, like on crap.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, well, that's cool though. I'm glad like you enjoyed it though. So that means it's doing well.
Yeah, it is good, but like I said, it does get crazy. Like I use Gohan, and it's the team of like 3, right? So it's 3v3, and I use Gohan, and then Gohan's ultimate, he actually calls in 2 other people, right? As part of his normal ultimate, okay?
Right.
So just imagine you tagged in your other 2 characters as assists, then you do your ultimate. You basically have 5 characters on screen, like all shooting like giant beams at once.
Oh, typical Gohan.
Yeah.
Applying assist.
Yep. But so that was Dragon Ball.
Cool. Sounds good. I think the part of the reason that you didn't get it took so long for you to connect to other people is just because everybody else is experiencing the same problem you had.
Yeah, and I think everyone is like super like wanting to play this game. So,
yeah.
But yeah, by the time the game comes out though, then I could play the single player.
You think you buy it?
I already did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I pre-ordered it.
Yeah. But part of me was like, I don't know why I asked.
Yeah. Come on, you know me.
Also, there's a Monster Hunter coming out, or like a beta coming out if you want to try that and see if you enjoy it or not.
If it's not fast-paced, I'm not gonna like it.
Oh.
Because of attention span.
Yeah, maybe you won't.
Yeah.
It's very different. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it fits what you want in a way. Because I remember you telling me you just want to sit down, do one thing, and then play a game and do something very simple-minded.
Yeah.
And then just move on with your life. Mm-hmm. I feel it's like that for, I don't know how it is for Monster Hunter World, but for the Monster Hunter series that I played, the Generation, essentially it's just like you go in, you do a quest where it could be anything from just harvesting or to just hunting down a monster, and you just essentially just find the monster, fight it, and that will take you like 30 minutes or something, depending on how hard.
That's so
and
long.
then you move on. So there's no like, it's not like RPG style where you gotta do this, and then there's an overarching story and whatnot. It's just, hey, come find this monster and fight.
But that's too long. 30 minutes is too long.
I know, but it could be faster. You could die faster.
Oh, then I'll never get anything done.
Yeah, no, but it's a very different game. So I don't know how you feel about it, but it's just something for you to try out too. I think my friend was saying like either this weekend or next weekend, and then the following week or two they come out with a game. Kind of.
Yeah, that's what Dragon Ball did because it was just this past weekend, and then 2 weekends from now that's gonna come out. Yeah,
that's exactly Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm actually gonna play Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah,
beta.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on to the news. Actually, I don't really have any news. Let me see. I'm pulling up the page right now of news items, and the only thing I see is there's a possible sequel to Edge of Tomorrow.
Pass.
Okay. Oh, you didn't like that movie?
I mean, it was cool, but I don't know why we need like a sequel.
That's true because I think it kind of wrapped up well.
Yeah, I mean,
they could do a prequel based on the girl. I would watch that, but not like a sequel.
Yeah. It's just really weird because that movie kind of just ended. It feels like it's a one-time movie, and you're trying to like milk more money by making a sequel out of it. I was like, no, please don't. I will be surprised if they do well, but I don't like the idea of them making a sequel.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like forcing a sequel, kind of like The Matrix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of cool with The Matrix at the time, just because like, oh, now we can see what happened, and like now that he knows. Yeah. Because before with like the first one, they ended it off with him flying away. It's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, like what? He can fly now?
Yeah. So part of me was like, oh, that's cool, he can fly. And then it's like, is that how you want to end it? He just flies off nonchalantly.
I mean, that's kind of like how they ended Smallville. And everyone hated that.
Smallville was like a TV series. They had like so many episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like, that's my opinion of it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So the other thing that I wanted to say was, do you know that Dragon Ball anime that's still ongoing right now, Dragon Ball Super? Have you been keeping up with all the different new Saiyan forms?
Nope. I barely even watch it. I watched the first. I tried to get to like maybe like 10 episodes, but then I was like getting bored. But then my friend was telling me,
"Oh, it got better."
Yeah, exactly. You had to watch a little bit deeper in before it gets better. And I was like, and I know like later on there's like the tournament style sort of thing where like it's like the gods versus the Dragon Ball people or like the main characters.
No, the tournament is more like there's 12 multiverses, universes, and then they have to fight each other, and if they fail, their universe gets erased.
Oh, yeah.
Then,
so I mean, I saw like clips of it, and that looked really cool. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to like go through like 30 to 50 episodes just to get to that part.
Oh, you could skip all that. Just get to the tournament.
No, I could, but at the same time, it feels so wrong for me to skip through everything. I might be like, oh, I missed something.
Yeah, I mean, I skipped it. I only watched, so I watched the movie Dragon Ball Z Resurrection of F, and then I watched was Battle of the Gods, I think.
Yeah.
And then basically season 1, the first story in Dragon Ball Super was just a retelling of Battle of the Gods.
I know. It was so annoying.
You knew? Oh, okay.
No, because I watched the movie as well.
Oh.
And then I decided, let's watch Super. And then I was like, this is stupid. I'm rewatching the movie in TV in a TV series form.
Yeah, but it gets better after that, because then after that thing's all done with, then it got into like the crazy like fighting stuff. Like the tournament is more fighting. Like there's less story involved. It's just straight up fighting and
yeah. I think that's the cool thing about Dragon Ball, right? That most people watch it for.
Yeah.
There's no. Is there still like a 30 episode power up?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, but what's what I wanted to say was the new forms.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with me telling you that, or like I won't tell you how to get it? I'll tell you what the forms are.
Sure. You know what? Just tell me.
Okay.
Just tell me what they are.
Yeah. So there's the Super Saiyan God, right?
Right.
So after that, imagine a Super Saiyan God turning Super Saiyan. So then his hair from red it turns blue.
Uh-huh.
So he becomes Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Like
Right.
like that's the actual name. So then eventually they were like in the manga they were making fun of the name and then they just renamed it and said, "Oh, that's a mouthful. We're just going to call it Super Saiyan Blue." And then there's a new form called Ultra Instinct, which is it doesn't even look like a Super Saiyan. It's just normal. And the character's hair goes up like a Super Saiyan, but stays black.
Yeah.
But there's like all this glittery aura around them. And they move like the Matrix. Like, they move like with, so fast that there's a shadow behind them. And they move instinctively where they don't have to think about it. Their body just moves to protect itself.
Yeah.
So that's Ultra Instinct. And then they just had another one last week, which is called, well, it's a Super Saiyan Blue, but then it's more pumped up, and there's now a blue glittery aura around the blueness. So, so it's called Beyond Super Saiyan 2. Beyond Super Saiyan Blue. So, yeah. So, and then Ultra Instinct and actually Super Saiyan Blue, they're both, Beyond Super Saiyan Blue? They're actually independent from each other. Like, they are. You start off as one thing, and then you go one way, you get Ultra Instinct. You go the other way, you get the Super Saiyan Blue stuff. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So it does get pretty interesting. It does get super ridiculous, and it does kind of make people who are religious feel uneasy. So. I can't really say much about that without spoiling the story. So
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Dragon Ball with all the new forms. Yeah. And
maybe I'll check it out one day.
Yeah, if you can, it's cool if you have some time.
Yeah. Oh, I have time.
Okay.
Just not if I want to or not.
Okay. That's all the news I have. You have anything else from the news
yeah.
side? Talk about the animation stuff, or
yeah, there's more. It's a bit more of a entertainment, but also I guess it's somewhat animation. But yeah, so Saudi Arabia, they lift their 35-year movie theater ban.
What?
So in Saudi Arabia, they never, for the past 35 years, they never had like a movie theater because a lot of they don't show any because they think the Western movies are very sinful because they show like of religious views and whatnot. So so this year they were lifted with the emoji. Let's see, the headline says Saudi Arabia lift 35-year movie theater ban with the Emoji Movie and Captain Underpants.
Really, they lifted the ban to show the Emoji Movie?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know about that, but I think it wasn't like exactly that. But I say they were the first two movies or animated movies to be shown in 2017 after they lifted the ban. Let's say that's the more accurate statement.
That's an interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of weird for any movie after a ban, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so apparently that's what happened because I think the last time that let me see, yeah, it says that it's the historic films that broke the ban. The Emoji Movie and the Captain Underpants are the historic films. that made history by breaking the ban.
The Emoji Movie is also a historically bad movie. So
yeah, Emoji Movie stuff.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so it's like it's being shown in makeshift theaters, and they're planning to open more permanent theaters later on. But the reason for unbanning is because I think current crown prince over there is trying to change the views of things and trying to get the country more progressive state. So I think I was reading where they were the prince was trying to be more of a social activist and lift that aspect of it, of the being able to show movies. But whether or not how censored it is, we don't really know. So it could be a very censored version of Emoji Movie and Captain Underpants. But
so no poop emoji? Like...
Yeah, I don't know. Because like they consider some of the love stuff and whatnot to be sinful. So you can see why like a lot of Western movies that have a lot of sex scene, they'll be completely sinful.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons. But the prince is trying to make progressive stuff, not only in like the entertainment, but I think, let me see if I can find this. I remember him reading, he's saying something about...
I feel like the prince is probably like, man, I really want to watch these movies. I want to watch Fast and Furious. Let's unban them.
Well, the thing is like people, they do watch movies. They just do it like in streaming form and not through going to movies or anything. Movie theaters.
Yeah.
So they do watch it. They just watch it at home through other means.
He's probably like, I want to go to a theater. I want to experience this.
Yeah. But then he's also he's trying to lift the bans on like women driving and bringing back concerts for people.
Oh wow, he's like turning it into like a more liberal country.
Yeah, so he's trying to make a progressive change for the country, so which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's like 32 years old, so like around our age.
Oh wait, is this the young prince that like is all over Instagram?
Yes, I think so. I think he made a very big thing on social media.
Yeah, I kind of remember this because they were like, I think he had like an Instagram account with like a bunch of followers, and he would like post a bunch of like his lavish life and everything.
I don't remember the name or if that's the right same person, but he's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Salman, yeah.
Let me see, Saudi Prince Instagram. Saudi Prince Instagram. Let's see if that comes up with anything. It comes with 11 Arab royals you should be following on Instagram. Oh, what was his name again? Something Faoud or something?
Mohammed bin Salman.
I don't see it on this list, so it must be another one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so that it was interesting for me to hear or read about it. I was like, oh, that's weird, but kind of cool in a way.
Yeah.
So it's a big change. And I believe in terms of animation stuff, I think they're trying to make a live action movie of Dumbo as well.
Oh no.
I love it. React so good.
No. I feel like if they do that, I'm just gonna think of like that one movie with that martial arts movie with Tony Jaa.
Ong Bak?
Was it Ong Bak or was it like the other one?
You're talking about like he's like a Muay Thai fighter, right?
Yeah, but then he's also protecting an elephant.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot if it's Ong Bak or not.
I don't think it was Ong Bak, but I think there was another one called Tom Young-gung or something.
Okay,
it could be that one. But yeah, I just imagine a live action version of Dumbo would just be that.
Oh, The Protector. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah, that's the other name. Yeah, Tom Young-gung. The English one's the Protector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how well it'll go or what it'll look like yet, but I've been seeing news of people looking to hire to work on it. So I'm like, oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll pass.
Yeah, like it would be cool to just work on it, but at the same time, I don't really want to tape my hands.
You don't want to animate elephants.
No, I don't mind that. I just don't want to it's kind of like I don't want them to make a remake, but at the same time, it's like, man, it'll be interesting to animate elephants, but it's like I don't want to
Support
damage
it.
I don't want to damage the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's like it might be a bad movie, and I still want to have my hands be part of it.
Oh yeah, because this other guy, what was it? Almost Better Than Silence. They were interviewing Nick Weiger, and I think it was Weiger. I don't know how you pronounce it, but he was talking about like how he was like working on several games in the game companies, and how every company that he was at or every game that he did was like a terrible license game. and like, so it was more of like they're good people that you work with, but the company and the games are just bad, and then like he's now tied to it, you know.
Yeah, like actually for me, like when working on games or project, like I don't really care if it does bad or not, but it's when it goes to like a childhood movie and you could potentially taint it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
even
like,
if it does good, even if it
like,
does well, I still don't want to touch it. It was like, man, I don't want to touch my childhood dreams, movies.
You're like, I killed my childhood.
That's not my job. It's other people's job.
Yeah. But I mean, so far the live actions are pretty solid. I still haven't seen one of them, but I just hear that they're...
Yeah, like, I don't doubt it, but I just don't like the idea of it. That's pretty much about it. It's just like a matter of ideology.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I wish they would stop doing that, actually, for the Disney remakes.
Yeah, like, I don't even mind if it does well or does bad, but I just don't like the idea of them touching the classic stuff. And just leave it alone, move on, make a new movie.
Can you imagine if they do like remake Toy Story into live action?
Oh God, please!
It would just be the same thing, except the humans are real.
Humans.
Yeah. And everything else is still CG.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not an idea I like. Like, I don't mind working on failed movies or games or whatnot, because the project could just be fun, but it doesn't take well to the public. But when you're just like doing stuff that could potentially harm your childhood state of mind, you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. You want that to be another guy.
Yeah. But that's it. That's all I have for my side of the animation news.
Topic of the episode.
All right. We'll move on to the topic of the episode. So,
Sure.
The topic of the episode is games that we wish would be remade with an HD remake. Because we just talked about remakes, and now we're like, our main topic is about remakes.
All right. So what games do you want to be remade, Tony, to HD?
Oh, man. I didn't even have time to think. Like games that haven't been remade yet, I guess. You know what? I want an HD remake of Earthworm Jim.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, I had fond memories of that game. And I want to see how they do it with, like... Because the remake is just the same game. You know how, like, they did a remake of Mega Man?
Yeah.
Mega Man X, they did the Maverick Hunter.
Did they? Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so I think it was PlayStation Portable. And it was just basically Mega Man X, but remade into better graphics. But still the same game. So something like that type of remake, I would like that for Earthworm Jim. Although, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. The HD could be so good that it makes the earthworm part disgusting.
This is a real worm.
Yeah.
So I guess like my question is more about specifying it. Like when they say HD, is it only pertain to pixel art stuff, or is it just like old school 3D made better sort of thing?
I think old school 3D made better still qualifies because Kingdom Hearts just had an HD remaster.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So for you, is Earthworm Jim?
That would be one of them. I'm trying to think of like another one. I think No, because Mortal Kombat's still going on, and actually, I like the new ones better.
Okay.
Hmm.
Would you want? Do you like the idea of like a 2D like pixel art game before being converted into a 3D form?
As long as the gameplay's still 2D.
Right. So essentially, it's kind of like if you imagine Earthworm Jim, but with a 3D model instead of like a hand drawn or like pixel art.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because it's similar to how Mega Man got remade.
Oh, okay,
Mega Man
yeah,
X,
okay.
Mega Man X. Because I think they did that also with Turtles in Time.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other game I was thinking of? Oh yeah, actually, you said Mortal Kombat. So there is a Mortal Kombat game that I really liked that was not part of the fighting series.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the side games. It was on PlayStation 2. It was called Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. I don't know if you remember that game.
No.
That game was extremely fun, and it was not a fighting game. It was more like a beat 'em up.
Was this the one with like Liu Kang
And Kung Lao, yeah.
Kung Lao? Oh, okay, I do remember that. I remember seeing it, and I thought that was like really fun.
Yeah, that game was amazingly well done, because when you're fighting like normally, they did like a really good juggling mechanic. So when you knock them in the air and you jump up, you can continue comboing in the air, and then you can strategically use that body in the air to jump off of to like go to other platforms.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then like they had multi fatalities, so it was basically like like in Ninja Turtles when you do your special that kills everyone surrounding you.
Mm-hmm.
They do that but with a Mortal Kombat flair to it. So it was like a fatality that affected everyone around you.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. And then there was like a team fatality, I think. So
Oh wow, Team Battalion. That's
yeah.
I'm waiting for like if they do remake it, they have like friendly fire. That'd be fun.
I think they did already have that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So
Like,
so what you did fatality hits your teammate.
I don't know. I don't remember that part. But then there is also a versus mode. When you beat the game, you can unlock versus mode. So it's still the same game mechanics, but it's 1-on-1 now. And you can unlock up to like 6 other characters. They're all boss characters.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like my favorite PlayStation 2 game, I think. Yeah, so I would like to see that have a HD remake. And they can make it super more jaggedy? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
man. Yeah, I think
that was a good one.
I definitely wouldn't mind having like a lot of those old school games be remade into HD, like 3D HD. Kind of like what do you call it? Double Dragon or Battletoad Double Dragon.
If they do it well, because they did make a remake of Double Dragon and it looked like really boring.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
man, I was hoping to be like very similar to Turtles in Time, where they kept like the play style.
They did do that, but then the graphics looked super washed out, and like it looked more like a beta than it looked like a game, like a final game.
I think also for me, like, even though I said that, I don't really like the idea of touching pixel art, like old school pixel art, just because that's like the charm of it.
Oh yeah.
And for me, like, I like a lot of the stuff where, like, or at least like a lot of the new indie stuff, they go, like, was it Hyper Light Drifter is like a pixel art game essentially, where one of its charm is that it's pixel art and it's not very HD as well, or at all.
Yeah. It's kind of like Minecraft.
Yeah, essentially. But it's just like it's so focused on gameplay that it feels well. It's just fun. But I guess if we do if I had to choose an HD one, I think I would choose Giant Citizen Kabuto. And it's. Do you remember how like when we played Humans Fall Flat and it has a whole bunch of stupid random commentary?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game has a lot of like hilarious cutscenes.
What game is this?
And I think at the time, like the graphic, I thought was like amazing. But if I look back, I was like, man, it's so bad.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a bad episode of Beast Wars.
yeah, I know. So I'm hoping like they actually remake it so it looks cool, so it won't be so bad. but it's a really fun game. Because then you it's like a shooter game where you just go and you progress and you change characters. So at first you're fighting as like a space. You're playing as a space fighter soldier thing.
Yeah, like a Halo kind of one.
Yeah,
looks kind of like Halo actually, Master Chief.
Yeah. Essentially, you look. It's like that guy, and then you fight as like a tribal person later on, where you have different powers, and later on you fight like as a monster that's similar to that of Rampage.
Yeah, this is a weird game.
Yeah, but it's super fun. Like I think if you try it out, I think you might enjoy it. It's just so stupid. Like
this is on PlayStation 2.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
it was back in that era, and I think I played a lot of the games that they made, that the studio made. I think it was Planet Moon or something like that. Let's see.
I'm looking at it. It says Interplay. Oh yeah, Planet Moon.
Yeah, Planet Moon, and it has like a lot of game. Remember I played a lot of games that were made by them, and it was similar, and it was really fun. Like the gameplay was fun. The graphic was whatever, but it was fun. But I think if they do remake it, they should remake Genesis Kabuto, just so that it will look cool at least.
Yeah,
the gameplay I'm sure will still be there, but it just needs to look cool and not.
But if they make it look cool, would it lose the charm of looking weird and having good gameplay?
Well, I mean, not like cool, but I mean, just like keeping it very stylized that they have, but making sure that it doesn't look super bad, like the bad Beast Wars episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't want it to look like Reboot. I want it to look like a stylized version of the essentially it's like Ninja Turtles, right? Like when we watch it in the old one, the 80s version.
Yeah.
And then we watch like the 3D version later on. It has appealing characters and whatnot. So it's still keeping the same aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree. I hear an echo. Okay.
That's about it. So that's what I would make.
Okay, cool. I guess that's our topic.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail.
And we will move on to the mailbag and community question.
Sure.
I'm going to start off with the community question, and then we'll go to mailbag, and then we'll go back to question.
Okay.
I'm only doing this because our question last week was kind of weird.
Okay.
So I'm going to skip the first question because we got no answers to that. So I'm going to go with the second question, which is, what the heck happened to Amicus, the developer? They made Harvest Moon and they disappeared, and I cannot find any info online, and so neither can Lamb. Like last week, we were like just during the episode, we're trying to find it. We couldn't find anything. They're spelled AMCCUS. And they made Harvest Moon, the original one, but we don't know anything else about the company. So I put that message out, and no one responded for a while. And then finally one of the guys responded, and it was Kinetic. And he used to, I don't know if he still is, but I know he at least used to work in the video game industry. So I'm going to read you. Actually, first of all, do you know Amicus?
I know of Harvest Moon, but I don't know of Amicus.
Okay. So this is what Kinetic wrote, and this is all on Twitter. Since you got nothing, I did a bit of research. This is a bit of guesswork, but I base it on what I can find and what I have seen in the industry. There isn't much for Amicus as its own team. If you check the people behind the game, they stayed with the series. In particular, the director Setsuko Miyakoshi, producer Yasuhiro Wada, and artist Setsuko Miyakoshi. There are other people who were in and out on the series, but those three seem to be the core continuing component. It's not uncommon for developers to go out of business. Sometimes even a successful game, they were too overextended and can't make the numbers work well enough to get through to another project as that company. So it's a bit of an extrapolation, but I suspect that their team either couldn't continue independently or the game did well enough that it was purchased and absorbed into Natsume, which is the North American publisher. So while the name Amicus was no longer associated with the series, the core people were still there working on the series, just now part of Natsumi.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, this was like in like 6 tweets on Twitter.
I was like, that's one tweet? You hacked you hacked the system.
Yeah. So thank you, Kinetic, for giving that insight. But yeah, me and Lam were freaked out last week because it felt like a weird X-Files episode. So who was Amicus?
What is that? Who are you? Why are you there?
They made this influential game and they disappeared. So yeah.
Cool.
I mean, come on. Harvest Moon is like the basis of Farmville.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, essentially.
And then Stardew Valley, too.
I don't know that game.
Oh, that's one of the newer games that's also really good.
Oh, okay.
Another kind of like farm kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, so we will move on to the questions that people had for us.
Okay.
So Monster Closet asked us, if you could only use one video game weapon in an apocalypse, what would it be?
Oh my god, a video game weapon in apocalypse? Yeah. Is that a zombie apocalypse or just...
Just says an apocalypse.
Oh no.
I think I would use the portal gun.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Man.
Because I could just shoot a portal underneath zombies and then one on top. And then,
and then you have them stuck in a loop, infinite loop.
Yeah, they just fall forever.
Well, what happens if you trip and you fall in your own infinite loop? Oh, you could get out. Never mind.
I could get out,
yeah.
But I have to get out fast because if I don't, my acceleration goes faster and faster. And then
and you fly out like super fast and hit something. Yeah.
Yes.
You die.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what video games weapons there are. Let's see. Hold on.
Are you gonna say earthworm? Because that's terrible.
No. Definitely not earthworm. I think it is. I need to make sure that it's a real thing. Let me see. It's real.
Like the game is a real thing?
No, like the weapon is a real thing.
What game are you thinking of?
Because I'm looking at Worms War Party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that game.
Yeah, it has a whole bunch of ridiculous weapons. And then I'm trying to see which one I want.
But they're so small scale. They're used for...
No, shut up.
I just had this Ben Stiller moment where I'm like thinking about that scene in Zoolander. What kind of house is this?
For ants.
For ants?
I think this is so bad. These are so bad. These are not meant for nuclear weapons at all. Because a lot of them are like weapons of mass destruction, like nuclear bomb, holy grenade.
Yeah, you're not gonna survive with those because you're.
I know. They just reinforce the apocalypse. When I see what there was.
Oh wait, I take back my answer.
What do you want?
So you know how Marvel superheroes had a fighting game?
Uh-huh.
So the game was called Infinity Stones or Infinity Gems or something like that?
Yeah.
I want the Infinity Gauntlet.
I was just thinking like some sort of gauntlet would be cool, but you took it.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Where you become Thanos. Let's see. This little bit off topic, but it's like I was looking at Worms, and then did you play Worms back then, Tony?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't like the turn base.
Oh, okay. Well, there is like a weapon or like an action for you to do, and it's called prod. And essentially, what it is just you have a giant finger and you poke them.
What? Really?
So essentially, if they're standing off a cliff or something near like the edge or something, and it's like the humiliating way of killing somebody, it's just like I will poke you, and you will fall back and trip and fall to your doom.
Wow.
Man, I kind of want that, like a giant foam finger to poke them back, but I know it's not useful, so I'd rather just take the jetpack.
Okay.
Jetpack to fly away to safety.
Okay, so you run away from your problems.
I run away. I run away.
Okay. All right. So the next question is from Judge Greg. He says, how old were you when you started gaming? I know my first gaming system was... Well, okay, so my first actual gaming system was the NES.
Uh-huh.
So I was about 5-ish.
That's like
But then
grade, right? No, that's like first grade.
No, it was first grade. I think before that, though, my dad had a Commodore 64, and I think I played something on it. I don't remember.
Mm.
It wasn't like Pong, but it was like around like that level of a game.
Right.
Yeah, I think the very first game was something like that. And then I got NES and started playing Super Mario. My dad got the pack where it had the Track and Field, Super Mario, and Duck Hunt all together.
Oh, yeah, I know you well.
Yeah.
I think mine was like a little bit earlier than that. It was like maybe, I want to say like when I was 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
That was like when I was like back in Vietnam. So that was like before preschool for sure. Because I remember I had like, over there, there's like people that would visit or like neighbors, and they had like a Nintendo system, and playing Mario was a big thing. There's also like old school video game rental places.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing that I played a lot. When I try to, the thing that happened was like I had to get good grades on test exam for my dad to actually take me there to rent out a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I would cheat the system sometimes and give him like old test results that I had that were good.
Oh.
So yeah, I did good today. Look at my test from last week.
I did that too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah. So for me, I think it was like a little bit earlier. I played like a lot of old Nintendo games that were similar in that sense. But when I did move to the States, I was 5 when I played a lot. And then my aunt had an Atari at the time. So she let me play that. That was the first system that I owned, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I guess 3 for me, 5 for you.
Yeah. 2 years difference.
Yeah.
All right. So One Track Gamers, they say pancakes or waffles.
Waffles.
Man, I go in between and say Eggo.
Is it Eggo a waffle?
But it's in the shape of a pancake.
No, it's not. It's a waffle.
But it's round like a pancake.
Waffles are round.
No, they're not. Waffles are square.
What? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it depends on the waffle, but yeah, I guess I eat Eggo, so it's a waffle.
Okay, fine.
That's how I associate waffle.
I actually do like pancakes better.
Okay.
Because Denny's stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I like waffles more just because of convenience. It's like, oh, toaster, done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pancakes is a little more tough, but if I didn't have the convenience as a factor, I would choose pancake. Because the flavor, I like the taste of it better with like the butter and the syrup.
Yeah, I agree. With the butter, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It reminds me, I think I tagged you earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. One Track Punk, which is John Layola. He asked, who is someone you would like to collaborate with? It doesn't have to be just podcasting. It could be other things as well. Like if Tony got someone to collaborate and help with the escape room, who would you want? I mean, I would say collaborate. I would talk about music collaboration. So I feel like for me, I want to collaborate with someone who's like in EDM.
Interesting.
Actually, I would collaborate with Psy.
The Korean singer? Dancer?
Yeah, Gangnam Style.
Singer.
Yeah. Because he is so out there, but he seems also like a fun person to collaborate with.
I think I'm stuck in between two. I think collaboration, I think I would want to work with Jackie Chan. I don't know what the
yeah.
He's
not the foreigner.
Yeah. Just because like I've been such he's been such a big inspiration for me since I was a kid. Like I just want to work with him. It doesn't need to be anything. Just share me what you know, and then we'll do something.
But what if it's just to see the foreigner?
That's fine. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Nothing's been ruined. Just let me work with you. I will be the copy guy.
Okay.
No, I just want to work with him just to see his insights on stuff because he's been through a lot, like life-wise. So
yeah,
those are quite a few things as well.
Yeah,
and he's a very humble guy. It seems like based on interviews.
Yeah. It's interesting too, like that he's been living with that hole in his skull for most of his life.
Oh yeah.
That's so crazy. Cause like one bad move to his head, he can die. So
it's like the episode where of Mr. Burns where the doctor says like you have like every germ or every bacteria or virus imaginable in your body, and in the slightest breeze can kill you.
Oh.
Do you remember that episode?
I kind of do. Like, I don't remember exactly, but I kind of do.
Yeah, and he's like, so that means I'm invincible.
So Jackie Chan is invincible.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's still going.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He has 2 more movies that are going to be released too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they're already released, and I think they're bad.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm not saying like his movies are all good.
Yeah, the movie itself is not really good, but then
Yeah.
the stunts and stuff that are still good, you know?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people watch it in admiration of what he can do.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. But I think for me, animation wise, I would want to collaborate with Glenn Keane.
I thought you would say that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just because he's like everybody's animation hero.
Yep.
Yeah, we just want to be in the presence of greatness. And that's about it. We don't really care about anything else.
You sound like a PlayStation commercial.
The presence of greatness?
Yeah, the commercial for PlayStation is Greatness Awaits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so last question is Amanda from One Track Gamers and Track 2 Gamers. She says, I guess this one directed to me. She says, since you've played all the Mortal Kombat games, which one's your favorite and what character is the best?
Yeah, totally.
Well, you can answer this too.
Oh.
I think of the Mortal Kombat. So I'm gonna assume the question means the Mortal Kombat fighting games and not any of the side games.
Right.
I
mean, she said all of them, right? So I'm sure you can if you.
But I don't want to because it gets more complicated.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's a good call.
I think the latest one, either the latest one or Mortal Kombat 2. So Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 2. And Mortal Kombat 2 is because it was such a huge leap in graphics and in gameplay from the first Mortal Kombat game that it just became like... So my first Mortal Kombat game was a quick project that was just there for the gimmick of fatalities.
Mm-hmm.
And Mortal Kombat 2 actually made it a game that was, it introduced juggling. That was like a very, very new feature for fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter didn't really have that yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it made itself like competitive in the fighting game space. So I think Mortal Kombat 2 is one of my favorites, and Mortal Kombat X is another one of my favorites. More of like that same reasoning where it was such a huge leap in the last game, in terms of like the feature and originality and all of that stuff. Because like Mortal Kombat X was the first game to introduce 3 fighting styles. So not like on the fly switching fighting styles, but when you choose a character, you get to choose between 3 movesets.
Oh, okay. Is that similar to like Street Fighter First Strike, right? Third Strike. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's only like the super move.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the only like the last ultra super move. But this is more like this is your entire special move set,
right?
And some other like regular moves, and it changes your appearance. So like for example, Sub-Zero, he had he had the standard mode, and then his defense mode, it had a different name to it, and he wears like a shield over his face, and then he has more moves that are like evasion tactics or like defensive. Like he has this ice clone move in his defense stats or defense move set. So it was like another layer of strategy to that. Like Scorpion, he has different versions too. The standard one, the ninjutsu one, and then he has another one where it's like all his special moves are fire attacks. So more like ranged fire attacks and stuff. And then it also had a lot of interaction with the background.
Uh-huh.
Like you can like grab things and throw things and toss people into things and stuff like that. So, and then the story mode was very, very good. Like it was a legit story mode in which you play through and they just make you play a certain character to fit the story.
Okay.
And then there were like quick time events in the story as well. So that was cool. In terms of my favorite character, if I really had to choose one, I would choose Scorpion. Because I know that character the most. I know his moves the most. It's always the easiest one to pick up and always the hardest one to master. Yeah, so that's my answer for that.
I guess for me, I haven't played a lot, but I think I enjoyed the Mortal Kombat 3 series. Just because it had so many characters. Because you're going from like 10 character-ish or 12 characters to like 20 something. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, oh my god, there's so many new characters. It's so cool. It's just like you're introducing like so many options, rather than just the original Scorpion and whatnot.
I know, but the thing I had issues with that was like, oh, there's so many new characters. There's a purple ninja, an orange ninja, a red ninja.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was like, was that 3 or was that like?
That's one of the versions of 3. It was like Ultimate 3, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah. Like noob sidebot.
Oh yeah. No, but the reason why they did that was memory limitations on the cartridge.
Okay.
Yeah, they were able to program in new movesets, but they didn't have enough space for the graphics that they can make. Yeah, so it was limitations of the time.
Yeah. I think my favorite character. Oh, I think it's between 2. I tend to either go for like Sub-Zero or like Liu Kang. Liu Kang, just because like I'm always like drawn to like those martial artists or Bruce Lee characters. So that's why like when I play, like I pick like Law and Fei Long and everybody else. I'm like, man, these are like my characters. but I like Sub-Zero as well, just because like he has that move to make an ice statue of himself, and if you punch it, then you become frozen. I think just introducing that is like, I could just freeze you and just stand in front of you and laugh.
Yeah.
I like the idea more.
Yeah.
But those are my top 2.
Yeah, like Sub-Zero and Scorpion they had their iconic moves.
Yeah.
Because either Ed Boon or John Tobias, the original creators, they one of them was like a fan of free hits. So they wanted to put that in the game, so you can daze someone to get a free hit.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so just to make the special move actually like that. Because Street Fighter never had that until like way later, when they had Spider-Man and in the Street Fighter versus like Marvel series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Spider-Man, the freeze that Spider-Man does with the web.
Oh, yeah.
Web ball. It's not even it's like a split second, you know?
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, I know. Sub-Zero is awesome too. I just had to pick one, and it'll be Scorpion.
Yeah.
Okay, those are all of the questions that we had. Is there a question that we want to ask the listener?
Let me think of one really quick.
Ideally, something that we can answer quick.
Yeah, do you have one, Tony? I don't know if I even have one yet.
Man, I was gonna say something dumb like, "What's your favorite drug?" Then I realized like that's a bad question to ask.
You don't get questions anymore.
Because when I say drug, I think of like OTC medications. And,
the pharmaceutical mindset versus like the general mindset.
Yeah,
I have drugs for you. You could specify like over-the-counter drug. That's
true, but then I also thought about it like, who would even answer that?
Yeah, I know. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? What is your favorite indie game?
Okay. What's your favorite indie game, Tony?
My favorite indie game. My favorite indie game is Liero.
Liero? What's that?
Liero.
Liero.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's an indie game.
It's an MS-DOS?
Mm-hmm. Would that be considered indie?
I don't know. What was it about?
It's Worms, but without the turn base.
Gotcha. No, I'll take it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's basically 2 worms that attack each other. It's just one-on-one,
Yeah.
but it's straight up like side-scrolling Contra-like action with massive, crazy weapons that you get in the Worms games.
That's cool. No turn-based. That's interesting.
No turn-based. It's just straight up shooter.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
For me, it's pretty obvious. It's Bastion.
Okay. Okay, so that's our answers. That was a good question for us in the interest of time.
Yeah.
So you guys can answer that. We'll be posting it when this episode airs. Okay, so let's move on to game time. I'm gonna only do one game time because yep.
One short time.
And you can ask the questions because I already have the game ready.
Okay. So it's a video game, right?
Yeah.
Is this game after 90s? 1990?
Yes.
Is this game before 2000?
No.
Is this game before 2010?
No.
Okay, so so it's a recent game after 2010.
Yeah.
Got it. Is this game on a console exclusive?
What? What's your question?
Is this an exclusive console game?
Okay, so I would say, when it was first released, it was kind of exclusive, but then within a few months, it was not.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Was it first released on a PlayStation?
No.
Xbox?
No.
What the heck? Okay, is this a puzzle game?
No, I don't think you would consider it that.
Oh my god. Does this game have, do you see the whole character in this game? Your main character?
Yes.
Okay. Is this game in 3D?
Let me double check. I mean, I think it is not, but let me double check.
Okay.
What's your definition of 3D?
Using 3D models, kind of like Turtles in Time sort of thing.
Okay, so no.
So it's not 3D.
It's 2D.
Okay. That threw me off. Let's see. See the whole character. Is this game multiplayer?
It says it is.
Okay. Have I played this game before?
You probably have.
Oh, I probably have. Oh, that eliminates a lot of games. Multiplayer and 2D. Probably, I mean, we haven't played together. Have you played this game before?
I'm not going to count that as a question, but no, I have not.
Oh, okay. So it's not Castle Crashers.
No.
How many questions is that? 10? 8?
11.
11? Okay. Okay. Moving forward, 2D game that did not first release on Xbox or PlayStation. Was this game released on... It's 2D that got you confused. No, I'm confused.
You said first released on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so first release was not PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah. Just trying to remember what games that are 2D in general. Was this game developed by a Japanese studio?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let me check. You're talking about developer? Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Okay. Are you checking?
Wait, what?
Wait. You said you're checking, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you said you highly doubt it, but you said you check on it. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, no, I didn't say I'll check on it. I just said I highly doubt it. That's my answer.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. I'll just wait.
I was like,
and then
I was
so
like,
quiet. Okay. You have not played it, and it's a multiplayer. Is this a game that has that's known for its pixel art?
Yes.
Okay. Is this an indie game?
Yes.
Oh, I want to take a guess. Let me see if I can narrow it down. Is the main character a guy?
Let me see. It's unclear.
I see. Is it because they wear a mask?
Yes.
Is this Hyper Light Drifter?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh. 17 questions.
Good.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure about the 2D, 3D because it's an top view.
Yeah, no, it's a 2D game. It's definitely a 2D game.
Yeah. 17 questions. Good job.
Yeah. There's only so many things that I might have played that's 2D.
Yeah. And then he asked about the company if they're Japanese, and I didn't think so because everyone's name that is involved with it does not have a Japanese last name.
Oh.
It's like Preston, Bolife, Dief, Hunt, Brown, Ward, Galuzzi. So I was like, I don't think it's Japanese.
No, it's not. It's like I think at first it was like a Kickstarter, and then they got funded.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's funny that the character in this game looks like that because of pixel art, but then in Brawl Out, you actually have the full character model fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. Okay. So let's move on to the final lap. Do you have anything to promote?
I do not.
Okay. Okay. We have social media, and you can find us there at NTFTTPod on everything. Thank you again to Judge Greg, Monster Closet, One Track Gamers, One Track Punk, which is John Layola, and Amanda from Track 2 Gamers, and thank you, Kinetic, for that very, very informative answer from last week about Amicus. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we have anything else. We're part of the Loosely Connected network, so you guys can check us out, www.thelooselyconnected.com. We started doing some streams. I just bought the game Fury for Nintendo Switch.
What's that about?
What was that?
What was that about?
That game is I think it's an action game. It's an indie game. And I think it is, right? Can you check? It's Furi.
Furi?
Yeah. It's an action shoot 'em up.
Fury?
Yeah, it's
Fury?
Yeah. So it was developed by an indie studio called The Game Bakers. And it was originally on the computer, and then it went to PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and just released on the Switch 2 years later. And I just got it, so I might be streaming that soon.
Cool.
On our Twitch channel. What? The programmer is Vietnamese.
Nice.
His name is Nam Hoang.
Oh, Nam Hoang.
Wait, it looks like the director is also Vietnamese. Last name is Thuy. Huh. Interesting.
Is it it definitely is a fighting game, but is it just is that like a level or anything, or is it just?
I'm not really sure because I haven't played it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about this game from other video game podcasts when they played it like last year. So it just got ported to the Switch, so I just want to try it out.
Cool, yeah.
And it was like $20 on the Switch, so
cool. We'll be sure to watch you and then just distract you with the chat.
I know. I've been like developing the graphics to like frame our Twitch channel. So when we stream, you could see the chat on it, and it says NTFTT Pod and all that stuff.
Cool. That's awesome, man.
So yeah, just haven't had time to actually stream because I was working on that. So.
No, do it after you finish your deadline thing.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's all. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. No time for time travel. Signing off. Hurdy-gurn, warp speed. See ya.
See you guys.
I love Time Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love Time Club.
No time for time travel.